What if the Earth was 10 times bigger? What if you opened your eyes one morning and felt the world pulling you down with a force you were never meant to withstand? What if every step felt heavier, the air around you thicker, and the planet beneath your feet stretched far beyond the horizon? Today, we dive into a mind-bending question. What would happen if Earth suddenly became 10 times larger than it is now? Gravity and the human experience. If Earth were 10 times bigger while keeping the same density, gravity would nearly triple. Your body would feel 3 times heavier. Every movement a slow, exhausting effort. A simple walk would feel like climbing a steep hill with heavy weights attached to your body. Athletes, animals, and even plants would struggle to function under such crushing force. Human physiology would need to drastically adapt. People would likely evolve shorter, sturdier bodies with denser bones and stronger hearts to survive the constant pressure. Even blood circulation would be a challenge, forcing the human body to develop more powerful cardiovascular systems over generations. A reshaped planet surface. The planet's surface would look dramatically different due to the intensified gravitational pull. Towering mountains like Everest couldn't exist. Under enormous pressure, tall landforms would collapse or never form at all, leaving behind a world of smoother, flatter mountain ranges. Volcanic structures would also be shorter and wider, spreading more across the surface than reaching upward. The crust itself would be under heavier compression, potentially causing more frequent but less dramatic tectonic activity. Instead of sharp peaks and towering heights, Earth would transform into a landscape dominated by broad plateaus and expansive valleys. A thicker, denser atmosphere. A larger and heavier Earth would hold onto atmospheric gases far more tightly, creating an incredibly thick and dense atmosphere. Air pressure at the surface would skyrocket, giving the sky a darker, hazier tint. Breathing would feel like inhaling under deep water, heavy, moist, and suffocating. High-pressure environments could intensify the greenhouse effect, trapping more heat and shifting global temperatures upward. Storms would grow more violent, hurricanes more long-lasting, and wind patterns more unpredictable. The planet's overall climate would become harsher, with intense temperature fluctuations and extreme weather events dominating the environment. Oceans and water behavior. Under stronger gravity, water would behave differently. Oceans would become deeper and more compact, pressing downward with enormous force. Waves would be smaller but far more powerful, with coastal regions reshaped into steep, abrupt edges rather than gentle beaches. Marine life would evolve uniquely, favoring compact, pressure-resistant species. Surface water circulation would slow down, affecting climate and reducing the speed of ocean currents. Large waterfalls would be shorter, and rivers would rush with more force, carving deeper channels into the land. Slower days and planetary rotation. A planet 10 times bigger would rotate more slowly, stretching each day beyond the 24-hour cycle we know. Longer days mean prolonged sunlight and extended nights, dramatically affecting ecosystems. Plants would adapt to slower growth cycles, and temperature swings between day and night could intensify. Weather systems would linger longer, with storms forming slowly but lasting for extended periods. Life on Earth would operate on a different biological rhythm, slower, heavier, and more influenced by extreme environmental cycles. Life and evolution on a super Earth. In this new world, evolution would take a completely different path. Animals would likely grow shorter, wider, and more muscular to cope with the pressure. Birds might never evolve due to the difficulty of flying in a dense atmosphere with intense gravity. Instead, life would thrive closer to the ground, adapted for stability rather than movement. Trees would be shorter and thicker, with deep, powerful roots anchoring them firmly. Human-built structures would also change. Buildings would be lower, reinforced, and designed to withstand constant gravitational stress. The end of space travel. Launching rockets into space would become nearly impossible. The escape velocity would skyrocket, requiring unimaginable amounts of fuel. Humanity's dream of exploring beyond the atmosphere might die before it even begins. Civilizations would remain confined to the surface, developing technology that focuses inward rather than outward. The night sky would become something admired but never reached, a cosmic reminder of limits set not by imagination but by gravity itself. So what if Earth really was 10 times bigger? It would be a world both beautiful and brutal, full of strange adaptations and unimaginable challenges. If you enjoyed this journey into a supersized Earth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and let us know in the comments. Do you think you could survive on a super Earth?